welcome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ahla wa sahla fikum in a new lesson in Learn Arabic with Dina. Today we are continuing the letters series, and inshallah today I will be teaching you the sound of the letters and how to write them. In order for us to learn to read correctly, it is very crucial to learn the sound of the letters the way it is pronounced in Arabic by the Arabs. Now, I will be dividing the letters into groups. This will help you to remember the writing because it is very important to understand that the Arabic letters are cursive writing, which means the letter will appear in different shape, depends where the letter is positioned. What I mean by that in Arabic letters, the Arabic has 4 shapes. The first one is the isolated shape, which means the letter, the way it is without being connected to any letter, standing by itself. Second, the shape of the letter at the beginning of the word, and that will be the letter will be connected to the next letter coming on its left. Third shape, the middle, and that's where the letter comes in the middle of the word, where it's going to be connected from the right side with the letter before it and the left side with the letter after it. And finally, the letter comes at the end of the word, which means that will be the last letter of that particular word, and that means it will be connected to the letter before it only. To learn the sound of the 28 letters along with the shape of each and every letter in 4 different positions can be overwhelming. So in order for me, especially of course overwhelming for those people who are learning it for the first time. So in order for me to ease that and to make you remember it as fast as possible, I have divided the letters into groups. Every lesson we will learn one of these groups, inshallah. So the first group letters, I have collected the letters as per their shape, which means they have the same shape almost with a small changes in these letters. That means I am not going to follow the orders of the letter when I am teaching you from alif to ya. I will be picking the letters as per their similarity in the shape. Before we start with those letters as per their group, kindly keep an important note. In Arabic, the letters can either be friendly letters, I call them friendly letters because they can join from both sides. So whether they come in the middle of the word, they can join from the right and the left side. And they can be naughty letters, and I call them naughty because literally they are very picky in choosing their friends in joining the letters. So they can only join with any letter which comes before it and refuses to join with any letter which comes after it. And these are called the naughty letters. To make the picture clearer for you as per the naughty letters and the friendly letters, if you look at the letter ba, the letter ba can either join with the letter which comes after it, so it can have a hand on the left side, or it can join with any letter which comes before it, so it gives a hand on the right side, or it can give both together at the same time, especially if it comes in the middle of the word. While if you look at the letter dhal, dhal is a naughty letter. It can only join if any letter comes before it, while it refuses to join with any letter which comes after it, as you can see. That means naughty letters have the same shapes when they come in the middle of the word and at the end of the word. This means all the naughty letters has only 2 shapes, unlike the friendly letters which has 4. The naughty letters has only either separate shape, and that appears when they are separate or isolated or at the beginning of the word. Or they have another shape where if they are connected and they can connect only from the right side, and that happens that both the middle and the end of the word, they appear the same. So either they are going to be written isolated or with the hand on their right side. From the 28 letters of the Arabic alphabets, there are only 6 naughty letters, and these are alif, dal, dhal, ra, z, and waw. I repeat them: alif, dal, dhal, ra, z, and waw. And these are the letters which we're going to learn their sound today. So we have 6 naughty letters and 22 friendly letters which can join with the letter before it and the letter after it. Today, inshallah, we will be learning the naughty letters, their sound, and how they are going to be written. Let's start with the letter alif. And as I said, the alif, since it is a naughty letter, can only appear on 2 shapes only. Either the shape of the isolated letter, as you can see, and the sound of the letter is as in apple. Asad. It is a throat letter which comes from the end of your throat. As you could see, we start from up to down. That is a. The isolated shape of the letter alif can appear when the letter is completely isolated by itself, or at the beginning of the word, as you see here in the word asad. The alif stood by itself, not connected to the sin and the dal. The second shape, and that appears either in the middle of the word or at the end of the word, like the word ba. As you could see, the first alif has appeared in the middle of the word, and the second alif appeared at the end of the word. Let's write it together. It is very, very important to note down that we start first from the right side, which means we write the right handle first, and then we move to the alif opposite from down to up, unlike when we write it when it is separate from up to down. So write like this, and then you go. The second naughty letter is the letter dal, and I'm going to teach you dal and dhal together because they have exactly the same shape, with the only difference between them is the dot. The letter dal, which sounds as d, as in D in English, dub, dub. And the letter dhal, the. And please notice my tongue, the way I am pronouncing it. The, as in dhib. Since dal and dhal are naughty letters, this means they have only 2 shapes. The first is the isolated shape, which appears when the letter dal and dhal are completely isolated or at the beginning of the word, as you could see in the word dub and in the word dhib. The letter dhal is isolated. Dhal, when it comes at the end of the word and the middle of the word, they appear to be the same shape. And that is the letter dhal, with only one handle comes on the right side of the letter dal and in the letter dhal, as you could see in these 2 words appearing to all of you. You could see in the word midh, ya, the dhal appeared in the middle of the word, where it could join only with the meme and couldn't join with the letter ya. And at the end of the word, the shape is the same, and that appears in the word tilmidh, and it appears as well at the end of the word, where it can only join with the right side and there's no letters coming after it. The letter dal and dhal are similar letter. They are similar, both of them are naughty letters, and as well they are similar in the shape, with the only difference is the letter dhal has a dot on top of that letter. The next 2 letters, which are as well naughty letters, and they have the same shape. This is the letter ra, as in R in the letter in English, R as in rat, ra, 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 and the letter Z, Z, which is the Z in English, like the buzz sound, Z. Both these letters are naughty letters. Naughty letters means they can only have two shapes, the separated shape and the ending of the letter shape. As you could see, the words for the letter Ra. Ra at the beginning of the word Ra, Ra, has the same shape of the isolated Ra, as you could see in the word Ra, Ra, Rumman, Rumman. And in the middle and the end of the word, they have the same shape by connecting that letter with the letter which comes before it. As you could see in the word kursi, kursi. In the kursi, the ra is connected to the kaf, but it's not connected to the sin. And finally, the ra at the end of the word, as in the word ajr, ajr. So it is connected to the letter before it on the right side only, which is the letter jim, ajr. Similar to that is the letter za. The difference between ra and za is the dot to differentiate the letter za from the ra. And obviously the sound is different. Z as in zarafa, the letter z at the beginning of the word stood isolated by itself. In the word manzil. In manzil, you could see that the z is connected to the letter before it, which is the letter noon, but it's not connected to the letter lam. And finally, haz, haz. The z came at the end of the word and connected from the right side with the letter ha. Z and ra, two naughty letters with the same shape. Finally, the last naughty letter, which is the letter waw. The letter waw. The letter waw can have two shapes like all the other naughty letters, either isolated shape or the end of the word shape. Look at the word walad. So the sound of it is like the W in English, wa, like in wow, wa, 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 like the word wa as in walad. And you could see it appear at the beginning of the word, and it has completely isolated from the letter lam and the dal, wa, wa, walad. The second word, as you can see, is the word maw'id, maw'id. It joined with the letter mim, but it did not join with the letter ayn. And finally, the waw at the end of the word, which has the same shape like the middle of the word, like in the word dalu, dalwa, dalu, right? And again, sound is ooh, the round of your mouth, ooh, dalu. It is a lip letter, dalu. You could see it at the end of the word dalu. Let's recap the 6 naughty letters and their shape. Alif, which sounds as a. Dal and dhal, which has the same shape, which sounds as d and the. The ra and the z, which has the same shape, which sounds as ra and z. And finally the waw, which sounds as wa, wa. I'm taking you step by step towards reading Arabic. If you enjoyed today's lesson, I'll see you next in the next lesson, inshallah, with new letters, and we will be starting with the friendly letters, inshallah. If you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button to receive from me all new. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.